to this live. We are very excited to have you with us today. And in the true spirit of December, that company that you jaguza and all the food, everything. Our viewers that have been waiting, that was what we're trying to do. Today I am joined by two. My name is Gertrude. With my left, you know,
I am Christine. I look
to my right.
Hi, Christine.
It's nice. Yeah, we have some conversations around it. Right now, at any point, we can have phone numbers so that you're able to speak to a lawyer free of charge. All our services. And now, switched off the always each to go and buy clothes. So we all knew that. I would like to ask, today we're going to SACCOs. Just had the word they were. So Shiva.
Okay, so credit cooperative, essential society, the new act, which is the it's called UMRA. Yeah, the Uganda Micro. It's a cooperative society.
The same thing as Achirina.
to a SACCO. Yeah. So there is a whole longer process as compared to the normal. So we have this with a type of what Achirina, like the Achirina, village people can just decide and form this and just But what many people confuse the two is that they are SACCOs. But it's important to know license, like they're supposed to issue you with some sort of document that actually.
Three of us, we are collecting. If we have written for us to register a SACCO.
Yeah, with the differences. Now let's dive in the consider. SACCO has to be that money. SACCO,
Okay.
500 million. Then you can go ahead and register the group
That we collect. Honestly, if you have all that money, you know.
Yeah. So that is the amount of money as a SACCO. That particular certificate of registration. We have you're supposed to have audited books of accounts. Your regulation to abide by. And you should those to UMRA as well. And then the other requirement now about to benefit from maybe financial policies that actually govern how basic.
When you say sort of like rules on how you borrow, how much you pay.
You're supposed to give in, and rules are supposed. So Then the other thing is that you're daily interested with to actually very important that you have a structure and you're supposed to have a list of your members.
Sure.
Without them actually. The next requirement that you need
because you mentioned middle
structure. So you also have a particular form question putting in that position.
As a SACCO.
To make sure people and then a letter of intent.
Okay.
So as them to also other people as them to also other people you have actually appointed. If you read evaluation have actually appointed. If you read evaluation on that.
Or
I think it's really that.
Now now we have to go to the things. I like to think that
Prescribed fees,
It's supposed to pay like your.
I like to think that
Prescribed fees,
It's supposed to pay like your proof across.
sound is very low, so that's I think towards our sound is very low, so that's I think towards our and then people thank you very much. We are testing, right? Okay. But that I think that goes to say that you must really want it and make sure you get it, and if at the end of the day, right? And it's something Barefoot Law's brainchild that it would be with Barefoot Law is Barefoot Law works if you are a small register your business or how to just legalize things. Christine is the girl for you. So we're going to share. We support as many people as possible because we understand. But Shiva, you've registered as members. Is there a law that helps?
Chris might have mentioned of 2016 in Uganda is what regulates into the detail of what you should do. Yeah, you've been giving them your money. They've forever refused to lend you money. SACCO in its capacity now you're forever that because this and get protection from court. But apart from that, it's also important with you saving with you, but you can't give me money on credit. For Christine and Shivan Group associate that can borrow money. It doesn't work like that. To give you a loan, it's up to you. But as we as Chris time, but members or for us the leadership, the senior management middle of the organ, we need to be transparent for you to know what happened. You yet me every so yeah you also so in the event that something happens or you have a dispute, you know that the law will protect you.
Like a bank. And loans are really important part of I wonder do they also are you entitled to getting loans from SACCOs?
Yes, you
are you entitled to getting loans from SACCOs?
Yes, you are. The act says borrowing. SACCOs can and say, oh, people running away with your 1 billion strict, because as opposed to maybe you'll have 500 million population in this economy, a heavy hand on this really problem, and I think I applaud.
Shivan has just told us now has refused to pay. What are some of the remedies for us as a SACCO?
Yeah. The question how to recover the money as a SACCO says that we usually encourage, people recover the money as a SACCO says that we usually encourage, people that like practice, and some of them, now you see why things SACCO places should say problems really do not arise, Policies are very important because when by those that you signed here, you did this and you agreed to the term,
register
to the laws and
everything. And their names and addresses, very important,
so the member runs away with.
So you don't know the person's name, you don't know their address, you don't know you have my friend like to come and save you. Yeah. And then the policy is really, once you sign up to these things, like are just not there to serve a few people. So if the laws maybe under all so encourage is that sit with this person already had enough. You get it, and the person, and maybe on that, or even like you could even maybe be also the so talk to the police, because your deal this is money. Criminal matter, so 10 million shillings. You don't need a lawyer. You can actually do that whole procedure at the small claims court. You don't need a lawyer. You can actually do that whole procedure at the small claims court alone, like with an individual. Just walk formation desk. Then obviously alone, like with an individual. Just walk formation desk. Then obviously they will note down some. They will note down some. And it's you taking it to the other person particularly.
Which at least members can redeem their money. Because you've struggled. Members can redeem their money. Because you've struggled. You've saved your money, you have. Because many times you don't know. That's true. Life you have. Because many times you don't know. That's true. Life is just SACCO. How can they know what rules to follow? I think SACCO. How can they know what rules to follow? I think so that how do they know what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so one, we stated that as management policy, all these policies on how you're going to run this organization, and we as a member to have online policies on how you're going to run this organization, and we as a member to have online, and you come and both a lawyer for you to know what they are talking about. Unlike some laws where both a lawyer for you to know what they are talking about. Unlike some laws where have a credit policy like this. So if you have Moneylenders Act 2016, and you will see everything you need.
Because I know that regulation.
Copies.
Yes. So that person.
To ask.
Yes. So that person.
To ask for. If your leader, because money is doing and how it's being handled. So you can ask because money is doing and how it's being handled. So you can ask do you what I've seen from my friend. So usually at those launches of their SACCOs, they give out that we're going to give you at your party, or you didn't hold a party. You can go and ask after your party, or you didn't hold a party. You can go and ask after a live to be a credit policy.
Okay, at least that we need to know how where the prerogative is on us. Remedies, the ones of and they are the ones of And they are the scrupulous ones. They are the scrupulous ones. And we go. And we go.
Like, this is really funny. It's like, this is really funny. It's not funny. It's actually sad that actually. It's not funny. It's actually sad that actually. Mentioned to pay money of that actually. Mentioned to pay money of the SACCO themselves. Mentioned to pay money of the SACCO themselves, and go and remove some the SACCO themselves, and go and remove some. And actually, we've even had a sign somewhere and agrees to it that some for my door good methods of recovering that marriage cause out there for people. So you can just cause out there for people. So you can just
free or free?
Us.
Oh, that's good to know. That it's good. And so, Shaba, please, what's an everyday person? That's a process.
Seen proactive people that can actually do this on their own.
Okay.
Policies and regulations is really simple. So it's really easy to follow all the requirements that they need.
Okay.
A lawyer to really do these things. Easy to follow all the requirements that they need.
Okay.
A lawyer to really do these things. You can actually do this kind of work for you. Do this kind of work for you. Please get that you actually get licensed.
And how can people go about and how can people go about?
One of the major challenges that and usually find that to pursue the person. Sometimes you just count it as a bad debt. Happened, comes about, and then really, and just that it's one of the new areas really, like has not been like venture in and things. That also just positive. Also just this information is really not out there for people to know. Because then you find that people have saving schemes, and then they will just think that's a SACCO, which is not true, because for a SACCO to exist as a SACCO, there is just some framework it's supposed to take. There's a frame it's supposed to take for it to be considered a SACCO. So that's also one of the challenges that actually SACCOs are facing.
I would also think, especially from all the things I have learned today, I think ignorance is a really big part of the issues that they face. Why? There's a lot of mixture in knowledge of what a SACCO is and what a village savings and loan association is. So when I came into this life, for example, I thought that a SACCO is a chivina. You know, I mean, we save our money every month, and for me, and then we divide it at a certain point, or you keep give one person, keep give one person. So I've always thought that's probably what a SACCO is. And you see, I now didn't know. So do you mean that actually now this leads into another question? Are there some, like how we know banks, we know like there is Stanbic Bank, there is Centenary, there are so many banks. Do SACCOs also have the sort of same publicity in terms of, we know there is ex-Harbors SACCO, or Nigeria 2 SACCO, or like, is that something that's common? Are SACCOs well known?
SACCOs are actually, what ideally is a SACCO legally are not common. What is common out there are the saving schemes. It could be a cooperative. It could be, like what we call the chivina, things like that. But SACCOs, as SACCOs, very few are really out there. Also, I really don't know why the case would be so. I don't know if it's because of the whole lengthy, process of getting it, maybe registered and things like that. So maybe people opt for other like saving options, as compared to really setting up a SACCO, as in a SACCO, as by the door.
Okay. And then, Shivan, we're talking. What are some of the problems that you think you've seen in your legal profession that have come up to you that SACCOs struggle with? We talked about ignorance. We've talked about debt recovery, and then the third one was I forget. But like, what are some of the ones that on your side as a lawyer you've experienced, especially dealing with SACCOs?
I think it's just ignorance in what you can or cannot do. A lot of the times, I think we get phone calls from the members. Oh, I failed to pay, and then they called me and they said they are going to chase me. Is that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah.
No, that's not how it works. Usually credit policies, even in other institutions, banks, simply because you've not paid a loan doesn't mean now they are going to shut down your account in the bank. There's a process. They'll tell you first do this, first do this, first do that. So I think usually it's a lack of knowledge. I wouldn't even call it ignorance. It's just a lack of access to information and knowledge on how you need to handle certain processes and procedures. Which is very similar to debt recovery, as she mentioned. I think some of the most interesting ones that we've handled here at BFL are debt recovery related, of some funny, at this point it's funny because it was a very interesting story. One of us here had a case where the SACCO had lent money to someone, and the person had given, I think, their cow as collateral for the loan. And their child was graduating school, so yay, it's a celebration. So what happens? The person slaughters said collateral, said security. The person slaughters the cow, even calls the SACCO members to come for the graduation party. They partake and eat in they eat the collateral that they had since received. After, when the person fails to pay, the SACCO is like, give us the cow that you said is security for this loan. And the gentleman rightly said, but you people, you were here with me. We ate the cow together. We celebrated. What are you talking? So I think one of the biggest challenges also is because the institutionalization of SACCOs is fairly new. Yes. The laws are still, people are still trying to understand. Yeah. Even the jurisprudence say people taking SACCOs to court, the laws that are coming out of court, decisions that are being made by court are very few on certain decisions based off SACCOs. People are not, we're not yet there. It's something that's fairly new. For example, UMRA just started registering SACCOs in 2021.
Really?
Yes. That's when SACCOs started registering under the UMRA. Meaning it's been, 2021, 2, 3, and 4. So it's fairly new terrain, and it's understandable that we still have a lot of questions. So I think the more we grow with this understanding and with the laws, it will get a bit better to understand if they've eaten the collateral, what does the law say? Sure. What do we do? Yeah. So I think for me, it's because it's a bit new, it's a very interesting aspect of the law, but I think it's something that is developing, and that if you take interest in to learn, you will not fall prey to a lot of these mistakes. Yeah. Wow.
It just goes to talk about the need for including sort of contexts in creating some of these laws, right?
True.
Because honestly, I don't see a law that says
don't eat
collateral is eaten. It's not something you can think about. Yeah. But it actually could happen. Right?
Yeah.
So now, how do you regulate that?
Exactly.
How do you regulate that? So it's very interesting. Are there any remedies to these things? Like, is it all green simply because it's new therefore?
No. Okay, so I think it's also important to note that you don't just go to a SACCO and say, give me money, and they give you. Yes. No, that's not how it works. So there's supposed to be loan agreements between you and the SACCO. You, the borrower, and the SACCO being the lender. So in this loan agreement, you're going to stipulate these different things: interest, security, time frame, etc, etc. In the event that you eat the security that you had pledged, that is not on the lender.
Yeah.
No, it is you, the borrower.
So anything can
Who
happen
is
this Christmas
at
season.
it's Christmas season, you'll see the hens in your compound and you're like, surely, why should my children not have chicken? Then you sell off the collateral.
Yeah.
But it's important for you to know that regardless of the fact that you've eaten or not eaten the collateral, the loan must be paid.
Yeah.
I think for me that's one of my big, that's also one of the other issues that I have.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. That's also one of the other concerns that we have as a challenge for SACCOs as lawyers.
Yeah.
Someone will call and say, oh, I borrowed money from this place, but now me, I don't have money to pay them back. What do I do?
What do I
And you're
do?
like, why are you being a bad borrower?
Yeah.
If you've borrowed money, now you're saying, they just me from my job, now I don't even have any money that I can. But that's not the borrower, the lender's fault.
problem.
Exactly. So it's important for you to know that even as a member who is entitled to this loan, you have to find a way to pay it back.
Okay.
You will have to find a way. So if you get the security, you will probably go to another person to sell you a cow to go and you will have to find a way
Yeah.
to pay it back. So it's never, you'll never have to get to that situation where it's like, me, I can't pay back, I'm sorry. The only way that happens, interestingly, in the law, is if you declare bankruptcy.
As a person.
You're like, me as me, I have nothing to my name. Of which, that's also a legal process.
It is.
Hey.
And it requires money.
So which money you would have used?
Which money you would have used to just pay back the loan. So instead of saying I'm bankrupt, people can't come for me, because that's the only way for your creditors to just leave you alone. Because even if you die, in succession law, when you die, some of the first people, the first two things they do is cover funeral expenses and you'd pay the people that you're owing money.
Okay.
So there's no way you will escape. Pay people's money.
And then maybe just to add on what Shivana said, like to prevent all this, I think it's important that that much as you have the loan agreements, also just put in place measures like guarantors. Yeah, when someone comes to pick money from the SACCO, at least let them nominate or appoint a guarantor that in the event.
Who is a guarantor?
So a guarantor is someone that you appoint to pay back money in the event that you default on payment. Yeah.
Okay.
So now let's say there is a SACCO, then there is me, then there is you, Trudy. So I have gotten the money from the SACCO, and then I just nominate you and appoint you.
And I'm a member of the SACCO as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're a member. So I get the money in the event that I actually fail to pay back that money. Then you, as a guarantor, can come in and clear my debt, and then now you can come after me, like to pay you back. Yes. Because then in all this, really, we want to make sure that the SACCO recovers its money in all ways possible. Yes, the person you gave the money has failed to, but, well, they have a guarantor. Yeah. So that person comes in and clears the loan. So, yeah, like, make sure people actually nominate guarantors when they come for these loans. Yes.
Okay, I think as we close, we have one other question coming in from Maxwell. Maxwell says, what is the minimum amount of what's the minimum amount our SACCO can lend out?
Oh, that, can I answer that?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's relative.
Yeah.
Again, as we mentioned, the UMRA is very liberal in as far as what you can do as a SACCO.
Yeah.
They don't say, this is how much you can only lend out. As long as there's a balance that's on your account, which is already standard, as Christine had mentioned, and there's a cap for how much money you have in share capital, the other workings of how much you can lend out, what is up to your policy as a SACCO.
Yes.
So you may find, so for example, one SACCO registered and say, but however, remember what you put in your policies and put forth as what you're going to stand by can't be changed unless you call for a meeting, have another discussion, then renew, then you take it to the registrar again. But if we say, let's say for us, we start a SACCO and we're like, okay, we're not going to give you more than 20 million, let's say per month, that's how much we shall decide. But another SACCO could say 50, another SACCO could say whatever you want.
That's relative.
Yeah, it's very relative.
Okay, this has been an afternoon of realization that I know nothing. I know nothing. First of all, what I thought was a SACCO, turns out it's a Chivina. Chivina is not a SACCO. So now I'm just, what did I know? And I would not just go to a SACCO and say, me, I did not know. No. You know? So I think this has been a really, really good conversation, ladies and ladies here and gentlemen.
At the back.
I think, honestly, I think I can't end without saying, Christine, what's one piece of advice that you would have for a SACCO?
One piece of advice that I would have for SACCO is, in all this, I would really encourage SACCOs to have policies. It's very, very important. Don't allow to be governed blindly.
Yeah.
At least let there be structure. Yeah, let there be structure. At least let there be policies, so that people are held accountable. People have obligations to fulfill in that particular setting. Yeah, and they don't go really scot-free in case of anything. So policies. Have bylaws. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't have to be as complicated as one that a lawyer can draft. You can just sit down with the members and just agree to some specifics. Like, there are some very, very important terms that you can just write down, yeah? Things that you think this is what is supposed to do what is supposed to govern us. Bylaws, have policies, credit policies, how money is managed. You're dealing with people's money, people's future, people's children's future, because people pay fees with this, people run homesteads with this, so it's really important to also have those policies in place. Yeah, for me, really, that is it.
Okay, thank you very much, Christine. Policies, have policies. Shivan.
Yes. I think for me it would be documentation. In law, there's a saying, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
That literally means that if I come to you as my friend, I know you're the chairman of the SACCO, and I also happen to be friends with the treasurer, Christine, and I say, guys, give me money, I'm going to give it to you next week. You just pull it out of our coffers and you give it to me. If you take me to court, I'll deny you. I was not there, I didn't take the money.
Yeah.
But and it's also important to know that nowadays the law has made it easier. Documentation doesn't necessarily have to be handwritten notes or nice papers. No, WhatsApp messages, emails. I don't know if people knew that WhatsApp conversations are now admissible in court. Evidence. You can say, I sent you a message, these are the screenshots, you agreed, we agreed, and this is it. So it's important for loan agreements, for new members, when you're going to give out shares, because interestingly, people can get shares in a SACCO. When you're going to give out shares, all these things, document them and keep them. Remember that you'll also have to submit your bookkeeping records to UMRA. So if you've not been keeping books, writing down who has taken what when, it's going to be very difficult for you to get your license renewed and things like that. So document everything. Yeah.
Honestly, you had it here, you've had it now. We can't tell you any further.
Yeah.
It's very important that you document everything. Write everything, talk about make sure you have it in. Because people can deny. These meetings that you have in corridor, people will deny you and say, did you give me money? And what will you do? What will you do?
Nothing.
Yeah. So I'd like to end with giving us phone numbers, because this conversation should not end here. You should be able to take it online and ask as many questions as possible. As I say, you've seen we have able-bodied lawyers. They are able-bodied. They have the knowledge. They understand what, some of these regulations, things that you may not be able to understand. So please pick your pen and paper. I'm giving you 1 second. Have you picked a pen and paper? Are you writing with me? Okay. WhatsApp, because I know very many of you, at least will meet us on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 0785 824078. I repeat, 0785 824078. Please just text us. Let us respond immediately and give you this information. If you want to call a lawyer, we have a toll-free number that you can call. Toll-free means free. You not receive a message after from Airtel or MTN saying we have deducted. No. So toll-free is 0800 22 0000. So 0800 22 0000. That's the toll-free one. Please don't expect there to be a message from your courier after. Then these ones are paid for numbers, so they are normal everyday numbers where you can use your minutes and you talk to a lawyer. There is 0392 177. I repeat, 177 405. 039 2177 405. Yeah? I think that's MTN, so there is also an Airtel number. Airtel is 0755 149984. 0755 149984. All these numbers are available for you to be able to ask questions, speak to a lawyer free of charge. You can just start, "Bana a lawyer, me this is my problem." You don't, even if you don't greet, you just start your problem. You just start asking your question. We shall greet when we are done. Okay? Yeah. So thank you very much for spending the afternoon with us. We really enjoyed the session and enjoyed sharing the law with you. Please, SACCOs, as we shared, I repeat, policies, it's important that you have your rules and regulations and give them to everyone so that they don't say,
They don't know.
But also you who says, I didn't know, it's on you. You are not supposed to go ahead and make sure you get that information. So that is public information. Secondly, as Shivan shared, documentation. If it's not written, it did not happen. So imagine coming here and telling people, we met in the corner there and we agreed. How are you going to tell other members that you agreed to give money somewhere else and there is no documentation of it? So it's very, very important. These things are clear and they can clearly be stipulated in your rules and regulations. But if you don't have a place to ask, if you've forgotten, please come back to us. We shall be very happy to support you. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Don't eat the collateral.
Don't eat the collateral.
People may decide to eat the collateral. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas.
Again
next year. Are we off? Are we off?